Well, let me get into the rapid fire round. And so you can answer these questions. You can say one word. You can riff. It really is up to you. So you ready for this?
Okay, I'm
Okay.
ready.
Social audio, also known as Clubhouse.
I never got into it, partly because I do a lot of video, partly because you have to dedicate like specific time to it. So for me, it was overrated, and I just I could never make the time. I had ideas with it, and I just never executed on it.
Content marketing.
Oh man, I love it. It's not only fun, but it works really well when you really commit to it and you make good content. I think it's probably the best way to grow your business at this point.
Blogging, otherwise known as the workhorse of content marketing.
I think that's probably a really good thing. It's harder for me. I'm doing it now only because I found that I can take a transcript of my podcast and I have an SEO strategy and I've been able to mix that and send it to a good writer. So that's part of my longer term thing. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't do it. But I think it's probably smart if you can figure out how to do it.
Uh, Podcasts.
I love them. It's funny I don't listen to that many, but I think I love to be interviewed on them. I love to have my own. And I think it's a great way to like create content. I have a prospect right now that's I don't know that they're going to close, but I hope they do. But before the sales call, they said, "Hey, I've watched like 4 of your podcasts," and it also
Good to
helps me.
know.
Yeah, it helps me create content. So that people don't understand all like people focus on, oh, how am I going to get a lot of subscribers? And to me, it's like that's probably a good long-term thing to have, but it does so many different things for you right out of the gate, as you know, that probably very underrated.
A guest that you really want on your podcast.
Gary Vee.
That's an obvious answer. Instagram for B2B marketing. Go or no go?
Instagram, I don't know that well, so I just started to push content there, but it's just to like build out my system. So I don't really know. I can't really give people advice on Instagram.
Quora.
Quora. Can't give people advice there either. I've read a lot of stuff there. So my guess is like most platforms is if you get dirty, create value there. It's probably harder to create value there and get noticed now because it's older, but my guess is like if you go there like on any platform and you provide value and people can find your stuff, that it's probably going to pay off.
Mm. How about Reddit?
That's another place that I haven't spent a lot of time. But I from what I hear, it's kind of brutal. So you might have to have a tough mentality to survive there. But my guess is again, like if you have that tough mentality, it probably would work pretty well.
LinkedIn creator mode.
Yeah, this one I just don't get. It kind of annoys me because it to me it seemed like created more confusion than anything else. People talking about how it increased their engagement, lowered their engagement. I think it revamped your profile, and I think it like I don't think anybody cares what hashtags I have or what hashtags I write about, and it pushed my profile or the about section down. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Maybe at some point they make it more meaningful.
LinkedIn creator mode on or off right now?
That's off.
Okay. LinkedIn polls. The scourge of LinkedIn or something that offers insight and research opportunities?
Well, it's funny. I did LinkedIn live today with a guy named Marcus, and he was kind of showing you how you can really use it to basically, drive business. So I think you could use it pretty strategic. I have my own opinions about like people's content and like how they use it. I try to kind of like, because I'm a content creator and I'm usually trying to encourage people to get going. Like I try not to like bag on people that do this or that. But to me, it seems like there's a lot of people making polls and like I'm not sure why they're doing it. But I think like everything, if you do it strategically, you could probably get some good use out of it, especially because I think right now LinkedIn is pushing the reach on those more than other posts.
Top three iPhone apps or Android apps?
Yeah, I use TikTok a lot. I use LinkedIn a lot, and I use Gmail. I actually try not to like use my phone too much. It's kind of a boring landscape.
The best business book that you've read recently?
One of the best business books that I've ever read is by Peter F. Drucker, and it was about management. But he went off on all sorts of stuff, And I thought that was one of the more insightful books that I read. He's a consultant, and he's helped a lot of businesses, and he talks about like all the different types of businesses, all the different strategic maneuvers you can make. You can be the innovator, you can be the copier. And there was no judgment in the way he talked about all these different things. He just kind of exposed them. And I would say that's probably the best book I've read recently.